Good evening and welcome back to the Return of the Nine. This is session 13, I believe, Act 2. And we left Act 1 just as Frederick was about to enter the room to interrogate the fake fox, wrapped in a shroud of darkness. And with that, I will turn it over to Frederick and Dennis.
So Frederick is ushered into the room, and you could see the dividing line in the carpet, and he points to it and says, just one. And then he goes and sits down next to his brother Smink, who scoffs a bit before he takes another sip of something golden and delicious in his snifter. And Frederick does what now?
Well, before I go in, I will have cast darkness on myself,
Okay.
so that as the doors open, it just kind of spills in, just this like rolling fog almost.
Very foreboding.
Oh, yeah. And I'll approach the fake fox, the faux fox, however we want to refer
Our
to
faux
him.
fox.
The faux fox. And first I'll just start circling around him, observing his grotesque features. And I'll just say, why are you here?
Death first.
Death, eh? You want to talk about death? You ever been dead before?
No.
You never met the queen then?
Rumors, allegations, lies.
You calling her a lie? You dare. And at that drop darkness, I'm standing like right in front of his face. You think she's a lie? Let me show you all the proof you'll need. And then in my hand, I summon the sword, long sword form on all its glory.
So you can feel the cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what this is? This is frostbite.
Okay.
Originally, it was made for the adventurer Finala back in 1022.
Whoa.
She was a companion of the Raven Queen. And through all of its time being passed down to loyal companions, it has come to me upon my return to this plane from Shadowfell. Now, if you want to start talking about lies, and if you really want to understand what death means, before you go throwing around accusations of her not being real or being lies, you should understand that she is more powerful than you could ever dream to be or anything you've ever even heard of. Because let me tell you one thing, there's one universal truth and law in this realm, and that's death comes to everyone.
Evangelical twit.
I will do a Hexblade's curse on him and just have the dark energy, just that negative energy, just wrap around him.
Okay, so if you're going to do that,
It doesn't hurt him. It's just more intimidation purposes.
okay. All right.
These gifts don't just come from anywhere.
Do you have intimidation ranks?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
All right. I'm going to roll my green one because hopefully that'll... Or should I roll the black? No, I'll roll the green one. Natural one again.
Okay, he's not worried at all.
Yeah.
He's ready for death.
One second.
Do you have inspiration?
I use that for stabbing last time, which I do not regret.
Why
will
would you
not.
waste it on stabbing?
Well, because I would have missed. We can't have that.
You can always stab again.
Yeah.
Not always. Sometimes you end up dead.
And he could have maybe teleported away or something. Who knows? He's a magic man. That's dangerous stuff there. Ah. All right. You don't be scared of that. I myself am not scared of death. Like I said, I've been there. But unless you want a rather cold reception when you do get there eventually, you might want to think twice about answering some of our questions.
Okay. He's going to aim this at you, or more particularly your face. He's going to spit some of his blood, maybe a tooth or a fragment of one. Ooh,
Natural 20.
that's no, it's a 15. What's your armor class?
With the shield, it's up to an 18. Without the shield, which I probably wouldn't be wielding right now, like blocking, but that would be down 2. So I'd still be at 16.
Okay, so you dodge it and it hits the floor. Got anything else?
Wish it was better at one-liners. Well, if you want to talk to me, maybe I'll talk to one of the less amiable ones.
Okay. And as you turn around to look at Alustin, he's just sitting there looking bored. However, his brother Smink scoffs again. Kind of like, now what would you like to do?
I will hold back. And then as I'm leaving, I'll turn, point the sword just in front of the guy, not hitting him, but just like in front of his feet, and launch the ray of frost at his feet from the sword.
Gonna cool his toes off a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, range spell attack for you.
Yeah.
And whatever bonus you get with your sword, if it's higher than your spell attack, then you use the higher one.
Oh, that would actually be higher with that. I'll try this white one more time because it's rolled a 1 2 times in a row. So surely it can't do it again.
What are the odds?
That is not how probabilities work.
You'll never guess.
It's another one.
It is. That's odd.
Not. It's not odd. You dared the universe to
True.
get you.
You know
just
what? I wasn't using this one. I need to use it. This one. This green one's being put away for the night. It's going to be this one for the rest.
Dice jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ones are odd, to be fair.
Um,
Now, I was intentionally trying to miss.
you were? I thought you were going to give him the cold feel of death.
No, I was just shooting at his feet, showing that this isn't just some fancy blue sword. It's actually, has magic in
Oh
it.
no.
Okay, roll a d20.
Crap.
Well, a different one now. A 3. I rolled a 3. Still didn't roll very high. Man. I need to stop rolling dice. You guys take over.
I'm not any better, but maybe you shouldn't be shooting at people that we're not supposed to kill.
Oh,
You weren't able to stop yourself from slipping a bit on a pool of blood and spittle that apparently he shot out of his nose because his blood had clotted. And you slip, and that's how you miss.
okay.
Okay.
Sad that we weren't watching this.
That was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Done. Nope. Done.
Okay.
Better not try anything else.
Okay. He, Alustin stands up and pats you on the back as he leads you toward the door. And he says, you killed Filge.
Yes.
Wait, who said that?
Alustin.
Lustin.
There's just multiple males in one room.
Is there no pity in your hand?
Not for them.
Many that live deserve death. Many that died deserve life. Can you give it to them, Frederick? Do not be too eager to deal out death in judgment. Even the very wise cannot see all ends.
Made his choice.
My heart tells me that Filge may have yet given us more information.
Then find a cleric that can speak to him.
Just a piece of advice, my dear friend. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go. I will take the pucks and put them off to the side. And I will walk in.
Okay, Alustin sits down next to his brother. And you see Smank go like this.
I'm going to walk up to the captive. Turn my back on him. Walk over to Smank.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna sit down on my haunches in front of him.
I was wondering how it could get worse.
Yep.
I'm just gonna look at him. I'm going to gently take the drink out of his hand.
You won't get that close.
No?
No.
Why not?
Alustin will
dice
stop
wrong.
you. So will the guards in the room.
How close am I allowed to get?
Well, as soon as you reach for him,
Yeah.
and it looks like you're going for him, the swords get pointed at you.
Okay. I'll talk to you later,
Who do you say that to?
Smank.
Okay.
But if you could find it in your heart to be a good host, could I have a beer?
Who are you asking?
Smank.
Smink says it's not his house. Actually, he'll say it like this. Yes, I'm afraid it's not my house.
Correct. Alustin. Would it be okay
Yes.
if I could have a beer? I haven't had one in a long time, and I find that this type of work always makes me a little thirsty.
I am afraid I'll have to check the cellars.
Nothing fancy, just a nice, just a beer.
I don't believe I have
That's
one.
what you need to check for.
Nothing?
You'd be more likely to have something fancy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ask for a wine or a scotch and you'll be fine.
Okay. I'll turn around and go back to our captive. So, you've obviously gone through the hard way of being asked questions. Do you want to tell me your name?
He grins, and when he does, he pushes blood out between what's left of his teeth. It dribbles a little bit down his chin.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all you get out of him.
Oh, no, I get it. You're a hard ass. Pain's not going to work on you. I get that. Your name? Or no? You won't
Death.
even tell me your name. Death.
Death first.
Death first. So is your first name Death and your last name First?
First death.
Okay. Do you mind if I call you FD?
You know letters now?
F you. Oh.
You don't know any of these letters, Ryan.
And then I'll lean in real close so only
It's
he
true. It
can.
hasn't gotten that far yet.
I'm gonna lean in really close so that only he can hear me. And I'm gonna say, I have the pucks nearby. Would you like one?
Did you see that?
This? Yeah. I take it his hands are free?
No, but he is allowed to wipe his own chin because he's kind of tied up, but he goes like this.
I'll lean again. Say, I'm not sure I can bring in two, but I can get you one. For sure.
If you bring me one, how the hell are you getting out?
Oh, my friends have ways out of here.
Okay.
Before I do that, though, I'm so curious. What are they? I've never seen anything like this.
It's beyond me. I couldn't have made him.
All right. Do you know where you got them?
Death first. And it seems as
And
if
I'll lean in and I'll say, okay, yeah, that's it. Good. Keep it up. I'm going to hit you, but I'm not going to hit you hard. So it makes it look like we're keeping this up. And I'll lean
Wait,
back. And
there's something I have to tell you first.
Okay.
When he said death first,
Yeah.
it was as if someone else was speaking.
Like
Oh.
a different voice.
A different voice, a different accent, and his facial features cringed up like he was in pain from having to do it.
Okay.
You are now free to slap him if you want to.
Okay. And I'll oh yeah, you want to say that about my mother? And I'll slap him. I'm not going to pugilist slap him. And I'll turn on Lester. Are you sure I can't have at least one beer? Okay. And I'll turn back to our captive. If I get you one of the pucks, where do you want to meet so that I can get you the other two?
Who is your God? Now, at this point, because there's no treasure involved, you are free to ask the DM some information that you should have written down but may not have
Okay.
about what you think he's talking about, maybe. Because usually, when there's treasure involved,
Yeah.
the more clues I give as a DM, the more the treasure dwindles.
Right.
But in this case, there's no treasure. But your character should definitely know it's one of three.
Right. It's either Ball, Bane, or Merkel.
All right.
Does he? Before I answer, does he have any of the obvious signs? We've determined that the skull.
Nobody has checked.
Okay.
So if it's on him, it still might be there. Just nobody knows it yet.
Is he able to lie though?
Is he able to lie? He hasn't told a lie yet.
Okay.
No, am I able to?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Was it Zone of
Tell-
Truth?
Yeah, you are not. I mean, you can try, but you are in the zone of truth.
So all that stuff he said about the puck, was he able to say that?
Sure, why not?
Did you mean it, Orion?
I didn't detect any lie.
I can't tell you that in this room. Where do you want to meet? If I can get you the one puck. We found the ghost boy, Alistair.
No idea.
No? I mean, he's the one who sent us there. Okay.
Sent you where?
To the mine.
No.
Oh no, that was no, because the switch happened when they teleported. According to Alustin, the switch happened when they teleported after we got what's his
No,
name?
that's not when the switch happened. The switch happened during the point when they teleported to the tree to help the guy. At some point in helping him, he switched identities and Fawkes went on his, or the guy went on his merry way.
Okay.
Fawkes came back a different person,
Okay.
polymorphed.
Gotcha.
This guy was polymorphed into him. Nobody knows
But
where
it was
Fawkes
after
is.
we came back that he told us to go to the mine.
Yeah. So that was this guy.
Yeah. So
But the
that you
guy
could go to your death.
Right. But this
So
guy
what
didn't
was
know
in the mine
anything
was
about-
unrelated. It was just to get us
Yeah.
away. Okay.
All right. So I'll lean over again. I'll lean back again. I said, "You keep talking about my mother," and I'll slap him one more time, and I'll lean back in. Where do you want to meet to get the other two pucks?
Hey, but he hasn't been talking about your mother, so can you say that in the Zone
No.
of Truth?
Oh yeah, I guess I can't.
Well, you can say, "Don't talk about my mother."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't talk about my mama.
That's just a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't talk about my mama.
Okay.
Better.
He says he'll find you with the puck that he has.
Mm.
I need something better than that in order to give you a puck.
That's all I got.
Then Alustin and his brother are gonna send you off to death, and you won't get a puck. And I turn and I walk out the room.
And when you say death, that face comes back and he goes, "Death! Fast!" Who's next?
Wait, no, wait! I turn around and I go back.
Like Columbo, one more thing.
And I whisper to him, Merkel would want you to tell me where to meet you.
You had a 1 in 3 shot.
I went with death because Merkel is the god of death, Baal's the god of assassins, and Bane is the god of strife.
Bane's the god of what?
Strife and I can't remember exactly what his portfolio is.
Hatred, tyranny, and fear.
Yeah. He's saying death first, as in Merkel first.
Okay. If that's what you want to go with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any reaction from him?
No.
No? Okay. Then no
You
puck.
chose poorly.
Then no puck for him. And I walk out, and before Regali and Ember go in, I'm going to relay everything that went on to my 3 companions. And I thought he was talking about Merkel because he kept saying death first, but I don't think I guessed right. So,
Baal probably would have been, Alustin reckons it was Baal. But thank you, we can use that. Anybody else want to try?
Okay. Regali would like to go in next.
Really? Are you even allowed? Are you bringing the cats?
Well, I think I put down the calico one because it's going to want to play with Ember's boots again. And the black one, but you said the white one likes to hang out in her hair.
Okay.
So it probably tries to come in. She doesn't put any effort into keeping them out. So if they want
I'm
to,
surprised that the black one would want to come into this.
I don't know. They do what they want.
That is the way of cats.
So she's going to come in and pull out her flute and play a tune for a minute or two.
What
Just something somber.
kind of a tune? Does it have magic?
It is an enthralling performance. It is part of the College of Glamour. Starting at 3rd level, you can charge your performance with seductive fey magic.
Good plan.
If you perform for at least 1 minute, you can attempt to inspire wonder in your audience by singing, reciting a poem, dancing, playing. At the end of the performance, choose a number of humanoids within 60 feet of you who watched and listened to all of it, up to a number equal to your charisma modifier. So I'm choosing this one guy. They must succeed in a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC or be charmed.
Is your spell save DC 2?
It is much higher than that.
Okay, then he failed.
Okay, he is charmed. While charmed in this way, the target idolizes you. It speaks glowingly of you to anyone who talks to it and hinders anyone who opposes you, though it avoids violence unless it was already inclined to fight on your behalf. This effect ends after an hour, or if it takes damage if I attack it, or if it witnesses me attacking its allies.
Okay.
So after playing and succeeding,
How close to him are you?
I think I was probably about 5 or 10 feet away.
Pick one.
10.
Then you only catch a hint of how bad this guy smells when he says to you, "Oh, I love you."
Thank you. Can you
Probably
prove
has
it?
Creepy fan now.
And he looks down at his crotch. What? What? I would
Tell me
never.
why you did this.
I idolize you. I would never defile you in such a manner.
Ew. Tell me why you did this.
Did what?
Pretended to be Fox.
Death first! Somebody
At
else
that
made their saving
point-
throw.
I will use my last spell slot to cast command again. But he has a disadvantage this time on his wisdom save.
Why is that?
Because he's already charmed.
All right. And what about the other guy?
I don't know about him.
What do I need?
Was he also watching the enthralling?
Never mind. Doesn't matter. Okay. What's your command?
Confess.
Is that one of the words?
It just gives example of words.
Yeah,
Like
it
you
can
don't
be
have
any
to
one word.
use those words, but it can be
Okay.
any one word command.
So he stops for a moment, and then it looks like he's going to fart, and he says, "Death first!" Sorry, I rolled a 17.
That's fair. It was worth the effort.
No, that's a good word.
Yeah.
But he's still, is he still enthralled with you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for an hour.
Okay.
It was a good plan, though.
However,
Send an apology.
according to the spell, he will start from the moment he was 5 and he stole candy from a store, and he'll start confessing everything up until the point where you either walk out of the room from sheer boredom. But anyway, yeah, so,
He confesses everything else he ever remembers doing.
yeah. He confesses to everything, but under the zone of truth that he has also failed his charisma saving throw, that he has never committed murder.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
Confesses everything about his life. Maybe we can figure out who he is.
Yeah,
Uh,
are there any, like, I made dark dealings with,
With what?
like, does he talk about the time that he went where he wasn't supposed to go and talk to the dark shadowy figure and then death first?
Oh, no, I don't think that would come out.
Bummer. Well, I thank Alestin for letting me try. Sorry I couldn't be more help.
Could you get his name?
Oh,
Could you get his
I
name?
pause on the way out the door and say, "Oh, could you tell me where the real Fox is?"
I'm sorry. The DM didn't hear you.
So she turns back to the guy and says, "Oh, before I go, could you tell me where the real Fox is?"
Who?
The guy he replaced.
Yeah, he doesn't know who that is.
He doesn't know.
No. You can,
Oh, well.
You can check the dragon egg. That's seems to be a prevalent force in that area.
Probably.
Something smells fishy.
So then I need...
Ember? And Spoon, I assume?
Ember is only really good at dealing with animals.
Okay. Orion, are you going to do anything puck-wise?
Um, party powwow. Do we give up? Do we
Is
try to-
Alustin invited to your party powwow?
Negative. He is
No?
not. No.
All right. He excuses himself to go and try to find you something for those pucks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And possibly some beer for Ryan.
Well, do we try to spring this guy so that we can track him?
No. That's more danger than it's worth. He sent goons to kill us.
Hired goons. Who is it? Hired goons. All right.
Well, I don't know I don't know
Oh.
what to do at this point.
From what you guys said,
Well-
though, it seems very fishy. Like, it seems like, I don't know, something's not right.
Well,
Especially if he hasn't murdered anyone.
you would think. I mean, Alustin seems to think that Baal would have been the better answer, but you would think that somebody who worshipped Baal, the god of murder, would have murdered somebody.
Hmm.
And he said that he hasn't. I mean, and why was this?
I don't know.
Is it
Yeah.
possible he's like under the effect of some kind of spell that's like stopping him from speaking?
He spoke a lot. So much.
He does.
Yeah, but like anytime you got close to getting him to say anything useful, he just said death first.
And sometimes his voice changed.
Yeah.
All I know is we have some bones to return to Tombs. We need to find the name of a homunculus. We need to find the real Fox because, like, we had a job to protect a guy, and apparently he went missing, and we didn't notice. That's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Like, we had one job.
I really should have given Fox a tracker as well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Lustin.
Although I
Find
didn't-
him.
I didn't get those until we came back, so
So the story that you get from Alustin is that him and Fox went to go get the guy out of the tree, and when he cast his spell, the tree exploded in shards, and when he came to, Fox was wandering away. I'm sorry, the dude was wandering away saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Fox was standing there, and they just kind of looked at each other and went, and then came back here. And it's always bothered Alustin that the spell that he used to get the guy out should not have caused all of that. But when you're undoing other people's magics, sometimes strange things happen, especially when there are pixies nearby. So he didn't really think much of it.
Okay. I think we need to go back to the tree.
Well, maybe we could find that guy that they
I have a distinctly.
were removing.
maybe drop those bones off on the way.
Yeah.
I have a distinctly different memory of freeing Peggleston from the tree.
What's your memory?
We went there, we found him in the tree, we all joined hands, and then we were supposed to think of Alustin's house, and we all appeared back in Alustin's house.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that you were part of the ritual to pull him from the tree,
Yeah.
as much as you were part of the ritual to get there and get back.
I don't remember him getting out of the tree before we came back.
Yeah,
I
that
thought-
was
We
that was
all-
something.
I thought
We all poofed into existence, including Peggleston, back in Alustin's house.
Oh, did he come back?
Yes.
That might have been my error then.
Well, and that's the
Yeah,
thing. I didn't know if it was your error or it was Alustin not being Alustin.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think the first thing he tried didn't work, so he ended up having us teleport back.
We just kind of
And
hopes
that's
that we
how we
get
got him out of the
Peggleston and not a tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. So
It
then
was a
he,
while ago. I would
so
trust
then
the
he-
editor who's watched the videos most recently.
yeah. So then he walked out of town, I would assume.
Okay. Peggleston did. Or yeah. I don't know. Do we want to go back to the flying dragon or the sleeping dragon?
We need to find the real fox.
You know, if the real fox isn't incapacitated or dead, he'd probably still be trying to do research on the floating
Well,
potato.
we fulfilled his life's ambition.
I guess if
Might think that we abandoned him there, though.
we didn't,
I'd really like to complete a job correctly after.
we didn't abandon him. We just didn't know it wasn't him that came back with us.
Got bamboozled.
We did. So, okay. Do we get ourselves some? Is it late at night now?
Yeah, past dinner hour, but not really late, I wouldn't think.
Do we hold up at the local inn, and then tomorrow morning get ourselves some new horses, go bury the bones, and then head back to the last place we know Fox was, which is the tree where Peggleston was by the sleeping dragon? Because I don't
That
know.
sounds like a plan.
I don't know where else to go if we want to try to fulfill our contract and our obligation to Fox. Yes.
It sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
I prefer that plan.
All right.
Go ahead and do that.
So that's what we will do. We will make our way to the local inn. Hole up for the night, and then in the morning we'll get ourselves some horses so we don't have to walk all over the place.
Okay. Who?
We're gonna burn the
Observatory.
necromancer observatory. Did we decide?
Yeah, we'll burn it. We'll burn it on the way out of town.
Yes.
You could just ask the mayor. He's sitting right there.
Yeah, but we don't like him.
Oh,
We'd rather just burn it.
burn.
Okay.
The
Before
last
you
thing we
leave,
is getting credit for getting rid of the necromancer.
before you leave, Alustin asks you to come back tomorrow so that he can do a little research,
Okay.
Okay.
and then he might have some answers for you.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Unless you want to stay at the mansion that you were just at,
I mean,
Which
if he's
is
offering
like
rooms.
right across the lawn.
I mean, if we already have rooms there.
Sure.
Sure.
We could do
Bites
that.
us, yeah.
Sounds good.
So my plan to kill you with exhaustion has failed. You guys get a long rest.
Yeah.
Yay.
So there's a guy here staying in this little B&B area. And he remembers talking with the fake fox and thinking that he was of two minds of things, which is natural considering he's kind of possessed.
Mm-hmm.
So that, the guards,
I have a quick question before we head out. I don't mean to interrupt. Do we know what happened to Fox's notebook?
you mean his little diary?
Yes.
It was on him, so it's probably still in his room.
Okay.
Yeah, we
so
should
it
probably
came-
go check for that.
It came back with the fake fox.
Yeah, that and all of his, let's see, when you polymorph, it just changes your stuff. So no, it's on him.
It's on him? Okay.
Yeah.
That case, I'm repairing locate object.
Ooh.
It
Did
only
you-
works 1,000 feet, but it still could be helpful.
Did you use the diary at all? Did you touch it?
I believe he shared it with us. We've all looked
We
through the notes.
All looked through different pages when we were studying the Dragon's Egg.
Yes, so it would be an object that I'd be familiar with.
At one point, he was having so much trouble that Regali read to him for an hour. He was having trouble sleeping, and Regali read to him for an hour
That is true.
in an effort
Yeah.
to get him to fall asleep.
For the spell, it even says, I just have to have seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. So,
Oh yeah, you're good.
yeah, that definitely qualifies.
You saw more than enough of that thing while we were.
I can't imagine him willingly giving that up. Still, it's only 1,000-foot range, but
It's better than nothing.
yeah. It's not as good as locate animal or plants, but I don't recall him carrying any animals or plants with him.
That's too bad you can't look for Ghost Kitty, because we have to have seen it.
All right, so
Well, I could
Elustin,
look.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say I could look for Ghost Kitty if it was actually an animal or a plant, but I don't think it is.